Everyone, thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin, behind the camera is Dylan.
What's up?
Today we are going to be catching up, going over some weekly highlights, some new arrivals, recently priced records, maybe check out the wall really quick. If you want to skip ahead to the flip through, we'll put the timestamp down below. As always, if you see anything you like, you can always DM us, call the store, or just come on in. We're open 7 days a week, 11 to 8 o'clock. And, we call it the Standards Weekly Check-In, so let's check in. Dylan, how you been doing?
Trying to stay cozy in this weather, man. It's getting colder.
It's officially fall, right?
Or winter? Fall.
You're skipping ahead?
Oh, wait. It's November. Yeah, I guess. I always forget.
You feel shaky on this. I mean, it's complicated in San Diego.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to, get to, Seinfeld on this. But it irks me when people are like, San Diego doesn't have any seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's summer, and then fall, and then summer again. It's just, it doesn't quite get winter.
Yeah.
And spring is just like, a lukewarm fall.
Yeah.
But it's fall. You getting cozy, bro?
Yeah, dude, just layering up. That's it, bro.
I am in this weird hell that I'm making for myself. I'm interested in this idea of like comfort zones in general, and I think like this year especially has been like kind of kicking everyone in the balls in terms of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
And I did this thing last year where I like call New Balance November, right? Where New Balance is all month, post pictures of them on the internet, and it's like I'm just so in my head about it because I'm just uncomfortable posting pictures of myself on the internet. Like, I'm not from the generation that was raised on doing that, so it's like mad awkward for me. But it's something to overcome. Can you live so far? Can you do so many things that are outside of your comfort zone that you essentially eliminate the comfort zone?
Is that a question for me?
That's a question I'm posing to you. Do you challenge yourself much in that regard, would you say?
Sometimes, but it's still weird.
I wonder what it takes. Like there's got to be someone that's just like, whatever. I eat at a different place every day. That's me.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't know. When there's like
hang out with different people all the time.
I try new stuff, like at a Mexican eatery in Escondido.
Yeah.
Tried some new stuff there.
Is that Fatty's, right?
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah. Didn't like a certain thing, so I'm gonna not get that anymore. But
my point is, you still have a zone of thing you like.
Yeah.
And you're going outside of it. What happens if that zone just expands so much that you're just always, no matter what you try? Hard, right?
Yeah.
Possibly impossible?
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your weekly highlight? What have you been listening to?
Bro, today specifically...
doing something record related.
Yeah, I know. Today specifically, I guess it's going to be all week until someone buys them. Just these two records, the Lizzie Jailbreak and Gary Newman's The Pleasure Principle. Just great music all around. 70s, when does Jailbreak come out?
Jailbreak is 77 or 78.
Yeah, okay.
Unless I'm tripping.
Yeah, I was tripping just now, but...
And Pleasure Principle, I think, is like 1980, right?
Yeah.
Right on the nose.
Yeah. So, just, I don't know, just great all-around classic albums.
Speaking of outside of your comfort zone, I'm going to take you outside your comfort zone right now.
Yeah.
Give you a compliment.
Okay.
Which I think is the thing you're most uncomfortable with, if I had to guess.
That is.
One of the funniest things you ever posted was that Two Boy Army live on the BBC, and I think they're doing Down in the Park, and it's that long intro with the synth.
Yeah.
And then the opening line, "It's cold outside," and you just cut it out because it was cold outside that day.
Yeah, it was.
It's one of the funniest things you've ever done.
Thank you.
It's been living in my mind rent-free, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone always says rent-free to the bad things, but you can have some nice things living in there rent-free.
Yeah.
For me, it's my weekly highlight is this disembowel. That's a hard transition,
I know.
man. We're going right to disembowelment. Having bowel in your name. Anyways, this I've tried to get this before through Relapse. I think they ran out and they got some more in, so I'm able to get it for the shop. I like this record a lot. I'm not gonna front. I'm pretty new to listening to them. Probably got deep into them this year, last year, something like that. And I was around when this record was coming out. Like I was tuned into I was like ordering from Relapse when this stuff was released. And Disembowelment was just a bridge too far for like 12, 13-year-old me to figure out. I could follow them with like Exit 13 and like weird shit they did, but Disembowelment is heavy. And listening to it now, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not for the youngins. But I guess you would call it death doom, but like it's just it's very atmospheric without being too artsy, and it's like heavy without being like all beardy. It's just a really good, challenging record, or just a very good like heavy, like dark atmosphere and vibe. But it works. I like the artsy records that work. I can't deal with like just pretension for pretension's sake. But this is just a really phenomenal album. If you have a party that's there for like artsier, kind of accidentally artsier, atmospheric metal of any kind, you could even get into that like Blackened territory if you wanted to. I would definitely recommend Disembowelment. So very happy to have that in the shop. Speaking of Relapse, as we get into the new arrivals here, we got a lot of restocks from them. A lot of familiar faces. This isn't on Relapse, that's just in there. The new Nothing record, which I haven't heard much about, and just some restocks of some staples. Here's a good chunk of all the Death stuff restocked. Good numbers on these. No need to rush, but you could always rush in. From here on out, a lot of used records, mostly of the inexpensive in nature. Really good. That's a personal favorite. Good dance, man. That was my weekend. I was playing so much. We just had a bunch of like, kind of not particularly crazy, expensive or well-known or coveted or anything 70s funk and soul records, and I think that's like my official I'm in the shop and I'm listening to music. Music is just like especially like late 70s disco funk, jazz funk. Like it's just hard to be in a bad mood when that's playing. I think it puts other people in a good mood. I used to say that like the 80s new wave stuff was like my favorite in shop music, and that's, you could do a lot worse by all means than like whatever Pet Shop Boys or something. But A, those records are not easy to come by, and B, I think at this point, I don't know, I might go a little bit more funk leaning. Okay, I think we're probably gonna come up on it and just flip like a good chunk of like Tower of Power records. Yeah. Never really sat down with those, but it's like, man, this is just delightful to play. This is really enjoyable. Found myself playing that quite a bit over the old weekend.
No, you think you'd get sick of Jailbreak and The Boys Are Back. But
yeah, particularly when it's a record you've heard a million times.
Yeah.
Like, what's in store for me? I think.
And Cars.
There was one day where it was what do you call it? I just put on Nevermind the Bollocks for like 8 hours, just back to front, the first Sex Pistols record. And it was like, I swear to God, I went home that night and I listened to the Sex Pistols. It's just same record on repeat. Like, yeah, I'm not done yet. Still going. That's an easy record to get caught in the loop with. Very nice, clean copy of this. Seldom seen. Usually the Blue Cheer original record owners from the 60s didn't go real white glove with their treatment of those releases. Got time, right? Shall we do a wall walk?
Yeah.
All right. There's been some mix-ups. has the Zappa's still there. Good Wayne Wade record. I think like a 70s, 80s pressing on that. Not original by any means, but an older one. This is really nice, really good. I mean, I would call it salsa music, but my real specifications for every Latin subgenre could use a lot of work by all means. And you know what is, I forgot, speaking of having a really good time with the record, finally cracked the nut on this one, man. And this was an album that the first two Eno records, his like more song oriented albums, are like, you know, gospel to me, complete canon. Like I'm thoroughly immersed in them. And there's one friend I had in Escondido who was like, oh, best Brian Eno record, Before and After Science, hands down. And so I always like listening to that record, trying to hear what he heard in it. And I always liked it, but never loved it. But I finally figured it out. I won't say it's their best, but man, there's some great top songs there, great sequencing. You know what it was? I had to check it for condition. I had to see if it like played through okay, because there's some like ugly looking parts on it. And so I think because I was listening to it without trying to like decode some great mystery to it, it snuck up on me and I figured it out. And yeah, I'm in love with that record now, genuinely, as opposed to just pretending to be.
Yeah.
Or saying it on principle. Because you can't go around saying bad things about Brian Eno's 70s records. They'll run you out of town with pitchforks. I've seen it happen. It's horrifying. Anyways, that's the end of the vid. Thanks everyone for checking in. As always, you saw anything you like, hit the DMs. Just come by, say hi to us. Any burning questions you have, hit the YouTube comments. We'll get to them next week. Thanks a lot. See you later. Whatever.